We are live.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hello.
Hi. Hi. And we
Yes,
have
we
some people in
are.
the chat.
Can you hear us?
Somebody commenting?
Okay, great. Videlina, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello. So we're going to wait
I'm not hearing
5
right now.
minutes. You can't hear me? I can hear you. Just let me know when you...
Okay, I'm not hearing anything. So just
Can you
1
hear
minute. We
me?
have some technical problems.
Just let me know when you can hear me. Because we just tried it and it worked. So it's supposed to work. Just wait a little bit to Raquel to join and then we'll start hopefully soon. It's always like this internet. There you are. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. And I can't see if we have people in the chat, but maybe you can.
Yes, Arpita wrote here that she's there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Can you all see the presentation?
I can see it.
We are going to wait a few more minutes to check if
Yeah.
someone else is coming.
So
Yeah.
if you have joined,
Thanks,
please
Arpita.
write in the chat where you come from and if you're maybe working as a therapist or you're already a mother, that'll be really interesting for us.
Exactly. So we will still need to wait a little bit more because we have some people who have subscribed. So let's see who else we're gonna come. And then we can start our presentation. Oh,
I
that's
still don't
nice.
see. Are there many people? Because I can still not see the chat here.
Yeah, we have right now, we have 3 people connected. Can you see the chat? Arpita is saying that she is joining from UK and she's pregnant due in November.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Congratulations. So happy that you're here and that we can celebrate today's Holy Mother Day, Divine Mother Day. And if you don't belong to any religious belonging, then you for sure can still we can still celebrate this day, because on this day we used to celebrate the harvesting in the pre-Christian historical times. People used to celebrate this day to make rituals for everything they harvest in nature. So it's the day of Mother Earth, and this is exciting that you're here with your baby watching us.
Exactly.
Somebody else?
So, what do you think, Videlina? Should we start? Or do you think we should wait a little bit more? Maybe we can start saying.
Yeah, we can just mention the program in the beginning. So this this class today, it's meant to be for mothers and for women who would like to become mothers and experience um, this pregnancy period in a very conscious and beautiful dream pregnancy. And for this, we have prepared this program, which is holistic program. So people or women can go through topics in their life which really are important and concern the next generation and their past, maybe traumatic experience, and so on.
Yeah, and today we are going to talk about trauma, about who we are, of course, about traumas, about beliefs, the connections of traumas, beliefs, and with the mother and the kid. Also, we're going to talk about the program that we have that's related to the idea of becoming a mother. And yes, I think then we will have a meditation and also a creative art activity, right?
Yeah, and a surprise something. So we hope that you wait until the
Yes,
end.
exactly. So, so everybody who is joining us, if you want to say in the chat where you're coming from, if you're pregnant or if you pretend to be pregnant soon or whatever, just you can also tell us.
Or maybe that you work as a therapist would be also amazing to
Also
know.
interesting,
Because I
exactly.
saw that many colleagues have signed up for this.
Yeah. So let's start talking.
Yeah, so I will say a few words about my not so long experience on Earth, only 31 years. I was born in Bulgaria, a small country on the Balkans, with deep esoteric spiritual traditions. But apart from that, I moved to Denmark when I was 18 years old, and I entered a program for foreigners in a Christian-based school for social work and diaconia. And my life afterwards developed further. I continued to study in Copenhagen, design and business, because I always felt that creativity was my field where I can really manifest my inner world or my deep thoughts and yeah, inner understanding about life. And afterwards, I developed a sustainable business out of this. But I found that holistic medicine was my thing, and I moved to Berlin afterwards, and I studied more precisely homeopathy, classical homeopathy, which I study into nowadays because it's never-ending process of learning, and I'm really thankful for my teachers and this exciting journey where I can really understand people's nature and how everything happens in life and the reasons for that. And yeah, the last year I'm enrolled in the course of innate tradition in Michelle Garcia Seliga for a postpartum wellness program. And here I am together with Raquel. We used to work together as well before and create women's circles together. And it has been a really exciting journey, and I can see our fruits blooming out of our work together. And Raquel.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
I'm also
Mhm.
very excited. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about who am I also. So my name is Raquel Lima. I come from Brazil. I have also lived in Madrid for 8 years in Spain, and now I'm living in Berlin since 2017. So I'm graduated. I have a degree, bachelor degree in graphic design, but then I made also I have also a postgraduate degree in digital communication and fashion. But when I moved to Berlin, I decided that I needed to make some kind of change in my life, also because I think the language it's more difficult. It's with something that I was not very used to, the German, so made me think about other possibilities in my life. And I was very connected to energies and to spirituality since I am a teenager, more or less. And I decided that maybe I could connect my profession to these spirituality and these energies. Also, when I met with Elina in one job and when we started working together, we were working at a place with mothers and kids. So we had so much in common that all these ideas came together for us. We have made together women's circles, but I am also a Reiki master. I also work with Theta Healing, which is another therapy, and multidimensional therapy. They are very spiritual and energetic therapies, also like Reiki. And I have made a 1-year course about feminine initiation wisdom, because after we made the women's circle, for me it was very important, this connection with women, and I could see how strong we are when we are together and how we can heal ourselves. So I really wanted to focus part of my life for that. So that's why I decided also to study this feminine initiation wisdom and something about the sacred feminine. Yeah, and I'm happy than ever right now working with these things. Yeah. So
I just
that's
remember
it.
our first day at work that we were speaking about nature elements and things like that, and we were working together, but then we were saying to each other, "Oh, we have to work together," you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Really, really exciting.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah. So then,
David.
yeah, Devi. So our name is newborn Devi. And what is Devi? In Sanskrit, it's goddess. So Devi, also known as Mahadev or great goddess, is an all-embracing mother goddess, first worshipped in India in prehistoric times. Devi's character has two opposing sides representing by various separate female deities, as Uma, the benevolent, the light, and as Durga, the terrible, the shadow. So it connects both of the sides of everybody. We are light, but we are also shadow. So and this, right?
And why we call us newborn Devi is because, as we mentioned, we work with all these holistic ways, and we have tried each other's all the time. I have tried Raquel's treatments, and she has tried my coaching, creative coaching sessions. So we have been through really deep, especially the last year after the lockdown. Immediately, we used the whole time for okay, let's dig deeper, and we have been also apart from other treatments, homeopathy and osteopathy, and different type of care has tried out, other therapies as well. We went through a quite deep transformational process, and that's why we call newborn, because newborn is the heart when and the mind when they are cultivated, and when you actually take your courage to go through topics. And we investigated and we found out so much about our life through this deep inner work, and we helped and supported each other, of course. So we told each other we have to spread this and we have to work with other people and really share this knowledge, because it's so important and can change life tremendously. And for sure, it improves the quality of our life and future generations.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now let's talk really about the idea of why we are here, right? So let's talk first. What is trauma? So in general, according to the Center for Anxiety Disorders, in general, trauma can be defined as a psychological, emotional response to an event or an experience that is deeply distressing or disturbing. But which kind of events are those? So these events can be, of course, an accident, illness, a rape, some kind of torture, something like that. That's usually everybody will think of that about a traumatic situation, but a trauma situation can also be something like one day that your mother shouted at you, or one day that your father forgot to pick you up at the school, or some bullying that you suffered in the school or somewhere else. Actually, a trauma comes from any event where you felt abandoned, rejected, frightened, humiliated, rejected, powerless. So any situation that you felt like that can cause a trauma. And so that's very subjective, what each person feels as a trauma, right?
Yeah, so not only that something happens from outside, yeah, but it's how we respond to it actually. So this is which holds this imprint in our unconscious, how we respond to certain situations. For example, just think about if the neighbor is screaming and what type of emotions and what type of thoughts this brings to you. Are you feeling annoyed?
Exactly.
Are you feeling disturbed somehow? Or even worse, if the person actually screams at you, then the body starts to release so much more, and the experience goes much deeper. And if you think about also the last year, everything, all the things going on, all the separations about different type of opinions about vaccinations and against vaccinations and all this, how do we respond to all these things, the news and the mass media and everything, our relatives, how their decisions on how to continue their life with a green card or without a green card, so on. So our response to everything in our daily life is actually the moment when we can see, okay, so if we have this, of course, this sort of observation, self-observation, when we experience something stressful situation, and then how we start to like grab it. So this is a moment to see, okay, maybe I have problem in this topic, or maybe this is something deeper in my unconscious. So
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
And of course, childhood trauma. Here, I wanted to share the study which was started by the pediatrician in California called Nadine Harris. She spoke once on TED Talk, which was really interesting because she said when you have many patients with stomach problems, you don't treat each one of them. You actually go to the well of water, what type of water they drink. So this was her reason to investigate why so many of her children patients have so strong physical and mental diseases which were not able to be treated with medicaments. And the reason for that was exactly that. She just went to the well of the problem, or their families, and she found out that there is such a strong connection between the conditions children live in and how this is going to determine their physical and mental life further on in their life. For example, there's quotient so certain stressful experience during the childhood can increase even heart diseases and cancer and lung problems later in life. And not only that, but these people, of course, we know nowadays that most of the prisoners, let's say, or people who have problematic behavior in our society, they actually come from such type of families or some traumatic experience which was not released. So again, no reason to judge people, just to know the deeper reason for everything which happens, and to know that everything which children and babies experience is affected also by the experience of mothers. So yeah. Please investigate more about this study. It's really interesting, and it can change really the view on the people around you and bring you a better understanding about how we are all actually living in one collective trauma.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm. And from there, the intergenerational trauma, which is connected to our ancestors. Maybe we don't have any information about our grandparents, but we are going to experience it somehow through our own life experience. Sometimes we think and feel things which are not ours. They don't belong to us, to our true essence, but they belong to the previous generations. And that's why it's, if you are a therapist or if you go to a therapist, for sure every problem which comes out that you discuss with your therapist, you know that it will be concerned. It should be connected to this person. I can show many papers.
Yeah,
I can show many papers.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, it's all good. This paper, I don't react on it. Okay, so yeah, this is what I meant about intergenerational trauma. There is this information which goes on from generation to generation, and if it's not spoken about, if it's not released, if it's not treated on time, and this person did not do it, it will affect somehow the whole family, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and just one thing that I would like to add is that this idea of intergenerational trauma is started to be studied after the Second World War because they noticed that the kids and grandchildren of survivors of the Holocaust, they were suffering since a very young age from some kind of trauma. So they have really high levels of anxiety, of stress. They were very disconnected of themselves, of the parents, of their culture. So, and then they started to study and they started to notice that there were this connection with that all these kids, they had these, they were kids, children or grandchildren for survivors of the Holocaust too. And so many of these kids, they have been in psychiatric clinics, according to a study made in 1988. So very interesting, this
I just wanted to share here my experience when I lived 7 years in Copenhagen, Denmark, a very peaceful, happy society, everything arranged, and then I moved to Berlin in a Hauptpraktikerschule, which is was self-organized by quite left alternative people. And then for the first time, I actually saw and I realized, whoa, this is the generation after people who were really like affected from the war. I could feel it immediately. So it's a really big effect on people and their psychological state, for sure.
Cremena says hello. Hello.
Hi.
Good.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Okay, and talking about personal experience, just to say also that I also just the other day I realized that for many years until my 20 somethings I was very afraid of dogs. And then the other day I connected that my mother, she was bitten for a dog when she was a kid, and when she was really really a small kid, around 3 years old more or less, and I had this very strong fear from dogs, and I didn't know from where it was coming from. But then I realized that when I discovered this story of my mother. So that's very interesting also. So what else can we inherit from our mothers and fathers and our ancestors in general? The limiting beliefs. So anyway, not only the limiting beliefs, but every kind of beliefs, the good and the bad ones. The bad ones would be like the limiting beliefs. The limiting beliefs are thoughts, opinion, that one believes that ultimately prevent them from living a full and abundant life. So, and they usually, these beliefs that we have, that they limit us in any aspect of our lives, they can come from 4 different levels. So the core level, which are the beliefs that we usually learn when we are kids. So we learn these beliefs with our parents or with the people who are around us. So, for example, if you learn, if they tell you, if you run, you are going to hurt you, or if you start climbing that thing, you are going to hurt you. So then maybe later you'll be always afraid of climbing something because they told you that if you climb, you are going to hurt yourself. So then you start to avoid these things. So these are some kind of limiting beliefs. So the core ones, as I said, come from our childhood. They are taught to us when we are kids, from people around us, our parents especially. So the genetic beliefs, they come from our genes, so from our ancestor, and they pass to us through the genes. The historic beliefs, they come from our previous lives. So can be beliefs that we bring from our previous lives, or also beliefs that come from the conscious collective of the society. So beliefs that the society teach us in general, something that the whole society says, and we keep this idea, and our soul beliefs are the beliefs that they are who we are. They come with our higher self, and they are really part of who we are since our beginning. And these beliefs, they can limit many aspects in our life, as I said.
And since you know about them, I also know about this aspect because through my work as well, it's no rush. But the thing is that the moment you realize and you learn about it, you all the time start to hear limiting beliefs. Or just like when you say something unconsciously, like, oh, that was a limiting belief. And then where does it come from? Yeah, so it's very, very interesting.
That's for sure. When you start learning about that, you are all the time paying attention about limiting beliefs that you have in your life. And you are trying always to overcome these beliefs. That's very interesting to become conscious of this.
Yeah, but again, it's nothing to feel bad about or lower self-esteem. That would be worse, of course. It's just take it as a game. Like it's all the time something new to learn about yourself, and it's always a new way to improve yourself. So that's really fun. It's really, really fun. So that's why when we speak about trauma, it sounds almost like tragedy. Oh my God, my parents were in the war. I'm going to end in a psychiatry. Not at all. I mean, it is how it is. For sure, our ancestors went through so much different type of traumas, but there is the potential exactly to grow over it and to become better people. And we should really also change our attitude on such type of events or tragedy to see also the light in the darkness and to use our willpower and everything we have when we brought us on this earth to use it and to change it.
Exactly. So our mother's traumas and beliefs. So here I would like to say, first of all, that in this holistic wellness or health, we all think that all the sickness, they start in our other bodies, so our emotional, mental, or even spiritual bodies. And when our body gets physically sick, that's like a scream already of one of our emotions that were there already in our mind, that or a trauma or a fear that we tried not to pay attention. We were trying to avoid it. We were saying, oh, okay, I have this fear, this trauma, but I don't want to pay attention to that. Right now I will ignore it and pretend that it doesn't exist instead of treating it. So the sickness comes to say, please pay attention to me, pay attention to this emotion, and when it comes, so it's the moment that we really have, okay, so we have to treat not only our physical body now, but we also have to try to treat our emotional and mental and also spiritual body. And can you imagine now that you have all these emotions that can be sadness, anger, envy, jealous, fear, and maybe they come from a trauma, maybe they come from a limiting belief, and then you get pregnant. And then maybe the baby not only will feel it, but also can inherit all these emotions from you. And not only from you, of course, but also from the father. But however, the baby is in our uterus. And as I wrote here, we wrote here, the cells in our uterus hold thousands of pieces of information and memories that we inherit from our ancestors. So when we get pregnant, all this information can go to our baby. And the
It will.
information is, yeah, and the information, as I said, can be related to emotions, to our mental health, to patterns, to mental patterns or behaviors. And if they are negative, as we said before, they may result in some kind of sickness, not only for you, but also for your baby. That's also why in the alternative medicine, usually when we have to treat a kid, we also usually treat the parent and especially the mother. Right,
Especially.
Videlina?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. We need to repeat that a lot.
Yeah.
Not your child has a problem, but especially the mother and the conditions she gave birth, and this is something which I also like to mention. I just read some studies about how the uterus is connected to the brain. It has direct connection to the brain, first of all, but then something else in the past, in the old traditions, birth used to be such a sacred ritual, and there will be
Mm-hmm.
so many people, supporters, and the whole village, and it will be done in
Yeah.
such a special way with um, so much gratitude. And nowadays we experience manufacturing of children in hospitals just as another medical intervention, which is I don't want to say what it is, but it's not the way it should be, for sure.
Yeah, and can you imagine that now in Corona times,
Yeah.
usually not even, sometimes not even the father can be together with the women that in this moment of the birth. So it
Yeah.
has to be really a very difficult
Mm.
moment for when it should be something very happy, a
Mhm.
happy moment and very special, but sometimes it can be traumatic. I just
Mm.
had a friend who had birth and she had really a very difficult experience because the 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 woman who was with her, the nurse, was really asking her why she was screaming, why she was crying, instead of being feeling
Supportive.
compassion for her, being
Mm.
empathic for her. So yeah, so and all these
Absolutely.
things can result in a trauma for the woman, and also yeah, can go for the baby,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, our
so
experience, professional experience. The thing is that every time a person comes and speaks about their problem, their mental or emotional or physical problem, they always think, okay, this is my problem. And the moment we start to go and investigate in the unconscious, then a whole different story comes. So it's not anymore headache. It's not anymore pain in the shoulders. It's something completely different. It's maybe some event pops out back from the past, from the childhood. So again, how everything is connected. It's not only your one. It's not only you and your body. It's also the collective. It's also where you were born with, what type of people, and how you developed your life further. Maybe you suppressed things in your life. Maybe you didn't pay attention at other things which were really also important. And then, as Raquel said, in the end, the body starts to scream and say, please pay attention with me. So this is my my experience with clients that I always recommend to do holistic, deep inner work, and this might be understood as a detox of your unconscious. I mean, it's not necessary just to. It's not helpful only to do diets and physical detox. We need the whole time to see how we cultivate our mind, our feelings in our heart, and so on. So this is my experience.
Yeah, exactly. So my experience is very similar to Vidalina's. In two of my therapies, the Theta Healing and the Multidimensional, we really bring to our conscious mind some fears and beliefs and traumas that were in our unconscious, and we work with that. So many of these things, they, as we said before, they come from their ancestors, and can be, for example, a lack of confidence that people have in themselves, maybe some financial problem, maybe they have problems to find a partner, maybe they feel that they are not loved, and many of these things doesn't come to their own experience or from their own traumas that they suffered in this life, but from what their ancestors, not only mother and father, but also grandfathers, great grandfathers, and think, yeah. So, and they have these things in their unconscious, and we have to work that, and we have to bring that to the conscious and really treat and try to heal these things.
Mm. And
Right.
yeah, and just before that, I wanted actually to add that we did this program exactly because, um, I mean, you work with women. Being part of Rochelle's program for holistic postpartum wellness, it was another totally eye-opening about how many small things, details need to be done in order in prenatal and postpartum in order that the woman's body is sustaining a healthy child. And this was also the reason why we did this program to be able to work with women even in advance about mm, previous traumatic experiences so they can actually flow in a pregnancy period like clean and fresh and restored.
Yeah, exactly. So now we can talk about a little bit about the program.
Yeah, I just started, so the program becoming a
Yeah.
mother will include women's circles and guided meditations, which are a chaos thing based on theta healing, which I personally love. Active work with unconsciousness, self massages, and other somatic methods, and creative work, which is my part, or we are going to invent also something together, and also mantras chanting, which is throat is always the throat chakra, always connected to creation, to creativity, the word, the how we manifest things. So we just work with all these
Yeah.
methods.
So, and the program consists in 9 meetings of 3 hours each. And so the topics that we chose are topics that we could see that they come very often in our sessions, and things that we really need to, we really think that we need to work on it to, in order to heal ourselves. One important thing that I also would like to say is that we are also preparing ourselves to become a mother. So that's also one of the reasons why we decided to do this program. And because we also saw that in ourselves we needed to heal all these things, and those are all the things, these are all the things that we treated on us also, and we have been treating still on us, right, in order to heal. So the topics are like mothering the new mother, the roots of a sustainable humanity, embodied relation to Mother Earth. So it will be like the connection with our body and to the Mother Earth, which is very important. So the third topic is healing the ancestors, the feminine lineage. Fourth topic, healing also the ancestor, but the masculine lineage now. Fifth will be balancing the feminine and masculine principle within ourselves, because we have to have a balance of both energies in ourselves. Everybody needs to do that. Sixth, it will be revolving a health bond to our inner child, so our true self. So now we'll talk about our inner child, because many of us, we have been disconnected to our inner child, to our true self. So it's like bringing it back for us and bringing this happiness of our inner child back. So the seventh will be healing the source of creation, the pelvic floor. We will work with the pelvic floor and and bringing some healing from this area, as we said, the importance about this area before. Eighth will be the value of having a nurturing community and care provided by a doula. And ninth will be dream birth, of course. We have to think about how will be our dream birth. As Vitalina said, the births before were much more, we had a community that was supporting us. And that's also what we want to do right now, to create a community between all the participants.
Just because you mentioned we prepare to become mothers, I mean, you are directly on your way. I'm not there yet, but just having in mind that back in the days, young girls were prepared already. Like the process starts from much younger age. It's just that we don't pay attention to those things nowadays, and we don't get this information from our ancestors or mothers just because they are involved in totally another type of culture. And this affects our life. But yes, we are here to turn this site back to where it belongs, of course, updated to what is needed nowadays and how we live nowadays. We can't just go back, but yeah, bring the wisdom and this connection to nature as it used to be. So you don't need to be, I have a partner and I am preparing to become pregnant. Maybe in the future you are going to become a mother. It's not necessarily. I mean, this program is also for women, even if we have children, but they feel that there is something there they still need to work on, or they are maybe not having so good relationship in their surrounding and child, and they want to strengthen their own understanding about themselves. So this is what it is. To be a mother is also to be a mother of a project, something creative that you want to manifest. You become a mother to take care of your own self. So and your heart and your mind. So becoming a mother is a big one. It's
Yeah, and as you mentioned about women who already have kids, that this program can also be for them. That's true, because as we said before, that's the idea that we usually in this alternative medicine, when we treat kids, we also have to take care of the parents, and especially the mother. So when we are healing the mother, we are for sure healing the kid also. So that's very important.
Absolutely. I just had another client, and it was very interesting because she thought that she has a problem with the father, but then going deeper in the process, like much deeper in this unconsciousness, she actually realized no, it's connected to the mother and to the birth and the process of birth. And this is always there. And the relation to the mother and what how she experienced the birth then is going to affect also the relationship to everybody else on this house.
Yeah. Okay, so then we will have some guests for our program. One of them will be Nara Barreto, who will come to talk about these connections between our body and the earth, the Mother Earth, and the elements. So she's a Ayurveda therapist. She also is a professional dancer. She's from Brazil, like me. And she has invented therapy which is called Ayurveda therapy, which is a mix between dance and Ayurveda. So she works with, she makes a dance which mixes all the 5 elements, and it's like a very therapeutical thing. I have experience at that, and that's very, very healing. You can really heal with that. It's amazing. I really like it. So.
Katerina Mann is our next guest. Very thankful for that. She is the only one holistic pelvic therapist in Germany. She is German like herself, and she's a health um, so she helps women to work on the pelvic area, and she's going to tell us more about ways to connect to this area and how everything which happens affects the pelvic. And it's our main center for creation and well-being, for sure.
Yeah. One thing that I would like to add is these things that I wrote with the are their Instagram of each of them if you want to check it. Okay. So, and let me talk about Raquel Santos. She's our doula. She will come to our 8th meeting, and she will talk about her experience as a doula. She's a childbirth educator, a breastfeeding counselor. Yeah, and she will also talk about the importance about building this community between mothers and future mothers. Yeah, and that's it. She has a great experience also with that. And
Yes, amazing. Yeah, this we are going to have different classes with them, so they are going to take their part according to the program as we read before and the topics. So they fit perfectly. When we need a therapist, there she comes. Yes.
yeah. Okay, so now we are going to start our meditation. I think that before we start the meditation, maybe we can give 2 minutes if you need to go to the toilet, or if you also need to get a pen and a paper to start, because after the meditation we will continue with our creative art activity. So it's better if you have a paper and a pen. So let's wait 2 minutes, Videlina. Do you agree with that?
Yes,
And if people
absolutely.
want to go to the bathroom just very fast,
Definitely.
then, or get some water. Okay,
Yes.
so just you can go, and we will be back in 2 minutes.
Thank you. You can mute me actually, because I'm not.
Ah,
You can mute me because I don't want to make any sounds.
yeah, yes. So if you don't go, and if you're here, and if you wanna tell us where are you coming from, everybody who is there, we already know about
Yes.
Arpita, but if Cremena or if someone else is there, haven't gone to the bathroom and wanna tell us where are you from, or if you're pregnant, if you're a therapist or something like that, you can just write in the chat, and we'll be happy to know. Okay. 2 minutes. Do you think we can start?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start. Please close your eyes. Sit with your back straight, comfortable. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. One last time. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, let's focus our attention in our body. The cells of our body can keep memories of events, emotions that happen to you. Let's let the body talk to you. Maybe it will bring you some happy memories, maybe not. Maybe it will bring the emotions and the memories will be sad, maybe some anger or fear. But now, just let them come. These emotions, they need to be listened. Only if we listen to them, it's possible to heal them. So let's focus our attention first in our feet. You can touch your feet. You can touch them softly or even make some massage. Connect with your feet. Feel the emotions they bring to you. Listen to these emotions. Now, go to your legs. Touch your legs. The ankle, the knees, the thighs. Listen to your legs. How do you feel when you touch them? Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? Do they bring some emotion to you? Some memory? Now go to your hips. Touch all the area of your hips, also your genitals, buttocks. What do they have to tell you? Which emotions do they keep? Don't ignore these emotions. Let them come out. Bring your hands now to your belly. Feel your belly. Make some circular movements with your hands on your belly, massaging it. How do you feel about your belly? What does it want to speak to you? Now let's go a bit up to our breasts. Touch your breasts. Feel your breast. Listen to whatever it has to say to you. If some emotion comes, don't hold it. Let it come. Don't be afraid. That's a safe space for it. You're safe here. Touch your shoulders now. You don't need to carry all this heaviness in your shoulders now. You can relax them. Cares your body, your shoulders. Now touch your back. Wherever you can touch your back, just touch it. That pain that sometimes you have on your back, what does it mean? What does this pain want to tell you? Can you listen to it now? Go to your arms. Touch both of your arms. Bring love to them, but also feel if they have some pain, if they have some emotion, some feeling. And your hands, go to each of them and caress your hands. Make a small massage in your hands. We cannot only have our hands to give to other people, we also have to receive. This way is how we balance ourselves. So now receive a message of yourself in your hands. Touch your neck now. How do you feel when you touch your neck? Go to your face. Touch each part of your face, your forehead, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears. Each part of your body has something to tell you. Touch all your head, the top of your head, the back of it. Feel now all your body. Touch all your body, the parts that required more attention from you during this process. Connect to its emotions, feeling everything it has to say to you. Whatever it is, if they have memories or not, maybe they are sad memories, maybe there are some anger or fear. Just let them come. Just listen to them. Now we are going to visualize a bright pink light coming from the top of the universe. It's a very bright pink light which comes and it's full of love. This light brings unconditional love. And now I will count from 10 to 1. And with each number, you will feel how this light enters your body and fills you with love and heals all these feelings, fears, anxieties, sadness, anger, all the negative memories and emotions that your body showed you before. And when I reach the number 1, you feel happy, peaceful, and full of love. So, 10. Pay attention again to your feet. This bright light coming to your feet is entering through your feet, healing all the memories, the negative memories and emotions, and bringing you some love. You can feel how the love is coming through your body. 9. This bright pink light now goes to your legs and fulfill your legs with it. All this unconditional love is now on your legs, healing the negative memories, the anger, the sadness. 8. The bright pink light reaches your hips and heals the memories in your hips, your genitals, buttock, bringing love to it, bringing peace, bringing happiness, healing traumas. 7. Now the light comes to our belly and heals our belly. Fulfills it with love. Our lower abdomen higher. All the internal organs that we have, everything is fulfilled with love right now. Now this light of unconditional love comes to your breast and brings love and peace and happiness to your breast. You can feel how it heals, how your body feels released. 5. The bright pink light goes to our shoulders and to our back, heals the pain we usually have, the heaviness, all then connected to emotions, to some mental patterns. And this unconditional love is now healing it, releasing all this pain. 4. Brings this light, this unconditional love light to your arms, your hands, your fingers. Let it heal your hands, your arms, your fingers. You can see already how your body is feeling lighter, happier, loved. Bring the light to your neck. Release all the tension that you usually have in your neck, in your throat. 2. Bring the light to your head. That it fulfills all your face and your head. Goes to each part, healing the emotions of your eyes, your nose, your mouth, forehead, your ears, top of your head. One, all your body now is fulfilled with this bright pink light. You can see how your body shines now with a pink light full of love, full of peace. You're feeling calmer, you're feeling relaxed, you're feeling happier, you're feeling loved. And with this sensation of love, now we will come back to the present moment. We'll make a deep breath right now. Breathe in, breathe out. And when you feel ready, with keeping all this love on your body and your mind, you can open your eyes. Okay, I hope you like it. You all like the meditation. It was made with love. Okay, so if you're now prepared, Videlina, we're gonna guide you for the creative activity, right, Videlina?
Yeah, I'm totally there. Are you? I'm not muted, right?
Huh?
I'm not muted, right?
No,
You can hear me.
people can listen to you now. Yes.
The creative activity, it's a small part of the session which I used to do with creative coaching. We used to begin first with writing words for 2 minutes to investigate what is in our subconscious. And right now, after the meditation, it's even more interesting. But right now, we're going to do it a little bit different because we told you to prepare crayons, pencils. If you are this type of person that you prefer more to visualize through picture or image, just use, it's not going to be 2 or 4 minutes, use those 4 minutes to draw something which comes spontaneously out of this meditation, or by being focused on the dream pregnancy, or just your process right now, what it is. And or if you are this type of person that you prefer to express yourself better with words and it's easier for you to write down, just 4 minutes, I'm going to count and I'm going to tell you start, then you just start to write all the words which come up spontaneously in your mind. It doesn't matter if they're good, bad, ugly, or they make no sense at all. It's really good when words make no sense, because then it's really it means that you connect to the unconscious, and this is oh, there's the cat.
Yes, there is
That's
a cat
great.
here.
Hidden hidden cat. Yes. So I'm going to tell you start. You can prepare the white paper and decide either you're going to write down words, as many words as possible. Don't stop yourself to think. Just write whatever comes to your mind, or you just draw something. So let me see the clock. In 4, 3, 2, 1, start. and stop. So you might experience that there are some words or pictures, images coming, which are interesting for yourself after this intensive topic that we had today and the deep meditation going through the body. It is very good to observe it and to take your time later after we finish this. Maybe you are going to dream something interesting tonight, and it's good to pay attention. It's good to drink more water and just see the words which, if you have decided to write words down, just pay attention which type of words. Are they more negative? Are they more positive? Are they special words that you don't usually use in your vocabulary, or what type of feeling they bring you? And the same with the image. What type of image has come out of all this process we went through today? Our unconsciousness is all the time creating, and it's good really to connect to it regularly and to see how life imprints itself inside of us, so we know we can have better control, not for the sake of control, but just to know who we are and how we can improve ourselves and our life.
Yeah, I wanna
Yes,
comment something
yes, okay.
because I always think that this exercise with Fidelina is very interesting. We usually do that before the neurographic, the method that she works, that she told us already. And I always think that it's very interesting because sometimes comes really things that I'm not expecting. So I can comment just a few of my words, which of course came some words like fear, pain, suffering, but also came brave and truth, and then mother, and then of course there is always something that it's very nonsense that Videlina tells that it's normal. So it
Yeah.
came to me the word potato. I don't know why it came potato.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten any potato today, but it came to me the word potato, so I just wrote it down.
Yeah.
And it also came some sentence like probably things that are in my unconscious, things that I still have to work on. But that's we all. But you work as a therapist, you can pay attention that every time, as more you try to hear yourself and you treat yourself, more things will come to. Right, the healing process, it's a never-ending process.
No, no, no,
So
no.
I still can find some things like what are you afraid of, or what are you going to do with your life, are you going to work with that, but also don't let the people judging you or things like that. Yeah, so for me it was very interesting, like always. I really like
Mm-hmm.
doing this exercise with you. Yeah, but the
Yeah, it's
potato, I cannot find a connection right now. Maybe
it's
later.
interesting the topic with these plants. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
also had
hope.
violet, which was like it's very interesting. First was absorbing, and then violence. It's
I
really
know.
interesting. So there,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. If someone wants to comment
yeah,
the
definitely.
experience with us in the chat,
That's a good
something that
idea.
came that was strange or something like that, we would.
Or
It would be nice also
yeah, definitely.
to
Or
listen
even
to.
later after you dream tonight and tomorrow after this experience, you can just send
Exactly.
us.
You can always reach us through our email. So if you have any
It
doubt or
will be
something.
very interesting for us what to
E-
experience collectively.
Exactly.
What we all do experience collectively, because for
Exactly.
sure we resonate all the time.
For, for sure.
Hmm.
So going further, let's talk about our packets now. So
Yeah, so we made it so that we this 9 online live classes, which is going to be for exactly holistic experience and for preparation of becoming a mother. we made it so that they're almost the same, but the extended package is actually including session together with me and Raquel, because we used to do that and work with clients. We combine our therapies and our methods, and then we have very good experience with this. So the second or the extended package, it includes session, which is the first is 3 hours, and the two follow-ups, which is going to be 1 hour each, and to see your individual process into that. Otherwise, the extended package includes exactly the same as the normal package, which is 9 online live classes, and there will be online community and Mighty Networks where people will be able to share their experiences. There will be homeworks every time given, so you can all exchange and really make connection through this platform. Of course, the 15% discount, which is with me or Raquel, and the 10% discount, which you're going to receive from One Strong Mama, which is our partner for now. And they prepare. Maybe you can just show the next slide. Or no, yeah, One Strong Mama. They prepare women with prenatal exercises. So that is wonderful to make the body ready, strong, and confident for giving birth.
Yeah, only one thing that I'm just checking right now, that in the extended package, it's not written about the discount for private sessions with us, Videlina or me, but you also have the 50% discount in the extended package. And another thing that I would like to tell, the Might Networks, as Videlina said, is our way to find to create our community. So it's like a social network also, but it's more specifically, I don't know, Videlina uses it already with her class, with her other class, but it's like building a community. We are going to share homeworks because both the groups, we're going to have homeworks after each session. So the homeworks we're going to be shared in the Mighty Networks, and we want to share this experience that we have there, not only in the meetings, so that in the way that we keep connected, after each meeting, we still keep connected that in the Mighty Networks, and talk with each other and talk about our doubts or what we have been feeling after each meeting. And and even after the meetings and after the whole program, after it ends, the idea is also to keep in contact with everybody, because that's what we are doing. We are creating a community, right?
Yeah, exactly. Community of evaluated consciousness of women, and also by having the private holistic session, the difference is that in this way we are going to be able to really go much deeper in the process. Because since we work in groups, still small groups, of only 8 women, but we can pay much more attention to your personal experience.
Yeah, so that's the point. So the program, the idea is to have maximum of 8 women in each group. So the idea is to have 8 groups of women. So one would begin on September 12th, which is a Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in our Central European summer time. We are right now in Berlin, so that's the time here. And the other one the group 2 would be on September 14th, which is a Tuesday, from 3 to 6. Okay, and so the minimum of participants for the group that we really have a group, it's a minimum of 3 and maximum of 8, and the classes would take place every 2 weeks through Zoom. So we would give the participants a link to the Zoom meeting.
Yeah, so
right?
there'll be every time 2 weeks until the next class. So you have time for the homework and to go through all these sometimes not so easy topics. And then we can continue further the work.
Exactly. So,
and we have
oops.
yes.
So
Yeah, the special gift is that we made this collaboration with One Strong Mama, and you can use it. We will send you also per email this code that you can use, and of course, which gives you 10% discount. And you have also 10% discount for those who are here today with us for private sessions with me or Raquel. And you can check more on our websites. And again, we're going to send you some more information tomorrow on the newsletter.
Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow we are going to give you all these links and everything. And also to subscribe to the classes, we are going to send tomorrow the registration form if you want to participate on it, where you have all the rules of it and all detailed program of everything, what we are going.
Mm-hmm.
It's more or less what we talked here today, but then you can read everything and decide if you want to participate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now we have a space for questions. If someone have some kind of questions or would like to say something, you can write to us in the chat and we would be happy to answer or to comment something, because that's the end of. So we just now want to hear any of you if you want to tell us anything. You can just write. Yeah, and we are very excited. This was our first live in group that we worked together in a live, Adelina and I, and
Yeah, we were
I'm happy that we did it.
Program since springtime, so it's really deep work for ourselves and finding our partners. We're super thankful and thank you, Raquel, because it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. So, does someone have a question? We will wait 2 minutes to see if someone makes any comment or question or whatever. And you also have in all our newsletters, you have the link also for our link tree. In our link tree, you can see also the links for the forms and for the registration form, for the program, and also for our personal websites, my website and Videlina's. Okay.
Maybe questions would come tomorrow. You are always welcome to ask us or to share with us something which you find important. If you're on your journey to become a mother, or if you have just found out something interesting about yourself.
Yeah, you can send the questions through our email, which is newborndevi@gmail.com. Or you can also reach us in Facebook as Newborn Devi or Instagram, right? Yeah, so any way you want to talk to us or write to us or make any kind of comment, we would be glad to help. Okay, so if nobody wants to add something now, we would like just to say thank you to all of you that stayed here with us. It's a little bit late in the evening, but for me it was amazing to make this presentation and to be with all of you. I'm sure that Delina thinks the same.
Absolutely. I'm still actually in the meditation. I'm in the state of like, that's why my voice went down and I'm every time it's an amazing experience to feel this.
I'm also very, very happy to share this with you, Videlina. It's always a pleasure to work with you. And yeah, that is it. Thank you so much, everybody. We are glad that you joined us, and we will wait for your contact through email or whatever. Okay? Yeah, so bye-bye.
Bye.